It is the 4th of July, so this video is to wish to all of my American friends and to all the people in the world that love freedom and love liberty a happy Independence Day. Now, you might be wondering, why does a guy who was born in Brazil and who is a dual Brazilian and Australian citizen can barely speak English, care so much about Independence Day of the United States of America? Well, am I glad you asked me that question? And maybe you didn't ask, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna answer anyway. If the 15-year-old me would come and show up right here and see me filming this video, he wouldn't understand what the heck is wrong with me. See, growing up in Brazil, in South America, a place where it's just dominated by leftist ideology, people hate the United States of America with passion. The imperialists, these evil people, just listen to how Maduro talks, you know, it's all their fault. The reason why Venezuela is a word that I can't say publicly in a video is all their fault, this evil. But then I grew up and then I realized something, that the principles that founded the United States of America are incredible, and they are something that not just made the United States of America one of the greatest nations in the world, if not the greatest. If I were American, I would say it is the greatest nation in the world, but because it's hard for me to say that, it's still hard for me to say that, but probably factually it is the greatest nation in the world. But not just the United States, those principles, they made so many nations in the world so much better than they were before. Now, if you're confused or you don't know what the Declaration of Independence of the United States actually says, in the second paragraph, it says something along the lines of, we find these truths, and by we is Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, amongst other people of different states. And they said that they find or they hold these truths, the following truths, to be self-evident. That all men, and in there they included women of course, are created equal. Alright, everyone created equal. It's one of the, highest tenets of human rights all across the world today. And that all people are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights. And amongst them, not all of them, but amongst them, the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And it's with the same values and the same principles that the Constitution of the United States was first written. And with that, the First Amendment, which guarantees people the freedom of press, the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, and the freedom of assembly and association, which means that the government shall not and will not prevent you from speaking freely and from associating with whoever you want. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. And that's the reason, by the way, that the Supreme Court of the United States just declared unconstitutional a law that existed that people had to pay union fees because the government can't force, according to the Constitution, the government can't force you to associate with someone and pay fees to a group you don't want to belong to, right? For some reason it was happening, but unconstitutional, that's what the Constitution says. And you might think, well, this is old and this is the past and this is archaic and whatever. But just look around the world. Just take a moment to look around the world and look at different countries, okay? And see the countries that give people freedom and liberty. And not just freedom and rights, but also responsibility. Because when you have rights, you also have responsibility. And the rights are not just for you, but other people as well. You can't infringe into other people's rights. But look around the world. Countries that have the same values and the same mindsets, the Western values, and just have a look. Read history, okay? Read about it, and you see that countries that have these values are the ones that are the most prosperous and successful in the world today. Just look at South Korea and North Korea. Okay, if South Korea today is one of the greatest countries in the world, it's because of this flag. United States citizens went to Korea to defend their rights and their freedom, and they died there to protect them and defend them. If it weren't for the United States of America, South Korea today would be one Korea, but not the good one Korea, but a really bad one Korea. Just think about that for a moment. Just think about that for a moment. And you might also say, well, but look at all the bad things that they did in the past. And of course, no one is perfect. And if you think about slavery, you know, that was a norm everywhere. It was not just in the United States. Everywhere it was fine and people thought it was okay. And the United States was one of the first countries to abolish slavery. And the values in the Constitution of the United States, they basically say that slavery is not okay because all men are created equal. And in fact, they were going to put something in the Declaration of Independence that was going to condemn the slavery by the British Empire, but some people from some states had some disagreement and they had to kind of take their part off. If you want to know more about that, just read history, figure out, okay, there's a lot of information everywhere. And today, I'm not angry about imperialism anymore. I mean, I don't particularly agree with imperialism by force and by war and trying to bring you there. But imperialism of ideas, because if the ideas are good and they're good values, and the Western value, this combination of ideas from Judeo-Christian religion and the wisdom and the reason of Athens and the Greek Judeo-Christian mixture there, it's what makes America great, and it's what makes so many countries in the world great. And let me just suggest to you that if today your life is better because of these values, okay, if your life, your country where you live, even if you're not American, is better because of liberty and freedom that was spread because of the United States of America. Of course, it came from the British Empire to the United States of America. And then you look at UK today, don't have freedom of speech anymore. People are being arrested for saying offensive things on Twitter. Can you believe that? Like, just, can you believe that? Okay? This is a serious thing. If you're not American, celebrate the independence of the United States because it brought so much value into your life, okay? Just look around and think about it. You agree with me. And if you're American, celebrate this Independence Day by valuing what made your country so great from the beginning. Instead of trying to go against it, instead of thinking, oh, this is archaic, this is blah, 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 we should change it. Ugh, it hurts my feelings. Just stop, okay? Do you really want to be like some other countries out there who have no freedoms, where the government can just go and impose whatever they want to you? You might agree today, you might think the government is doing what you want today, but what about tomorrow? What if it's a different government? What if it becomes tyranny? What if suddenly, because you decided the freedom of speech doesn't apply to certain things, now you were the one being affected by it? Just think about that, okay? And celebrate these values. Celebrate what makes America so great. So there you have it. Happy Independence Day. And if today you can write a comment in this video and disagree with me and yell at me, or you can write a comment in this video and agree with me, or you can share this, or you can go on Twitter and complain, it's only, okay, because of these values, because of the British that were spread through the imperialistic United States of America. Alright, I'll leave you with this beautiful song and this beautiful flag.